Awesome. So welcome back to the class. So we're going to continue on with just some of the last things of EdPy and also the last things of a few things of EdScratch, which we probably didn't cover such. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the EdPy part first, and then we'll also work on some of the EdScratch stuff that we didn't cover earlier as well. So what we're going to do is I am going to share my screen. We'll probably split this class in two. We'll split between the EdPy part and also the EdScratch part. So I will share my screen. Just give me a second. Okay, so does anyone have any questions that hasn't been answered by Mr. Peter yet? Nope. Okay, we're going to continue on with this. So I am just going to quickly log into EdPy. You probably had the link already. So yeah, we're just going to quickly go to EdPy one more time. I'm just going to share my screen a little bit. So since this is the second last class of the term, I want to see you program and I want to see you demonstrate. I want to demonstrate. I want to give the opportunity for you to demonstrate. Okay, so before that, I'm just going to share my screen. Before I share my screen, I'm just going to making sure that you all can see it. Can you all see my screen? Put your thumbs up if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Perfect, awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is last week we did like loops. We made the Edison robot repeat a few times running a sequence as such. So now what we're going to do this week is we are going to make your Edison robot do different things based an Edison robot do different things based on what the condition is. Okay, so so for example, this will provide you an opportunity if you just have only your Edison robot to basically select what program you want to run based on a pre-existing condition. So for example, I'll just quickly explain this. So if the condition is like the temperature, the weather, right? We can say if the weather is raining, you stay inside. Otherwise, if it's sunny, you can go outside. So let's try to do something similar to this in Edison. So we did work on some variables a few weeks earlier in the previous lessons. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly just explain a few things. So let's just create a variable called, let's just call 1, okay? So you have x, or we can just say, yeah, we can just call it x. X is a good number. X, and we can check if x is equals to x equals to 1. Let's just probably try playing a beep, okay? Play beep. It's a simple one, okay? Okay. And what we can do is we can do otherwise if what we can do is else if x is equals to 2, we're going to make it drive. We're going to make it drive ed dot forward. What else can we do with drive? So we have drive here. We have drive. I'm just going to move the screen backwards so you can see. You have drive, you have speed, and you have distance. Okay, so you speed ed dot speed. Maybe let's do ed dot speed full speed ahead. And what we can do with the distance, you probably know how to do this by now. Always probably do 20 what's it called 20 centimeters and stuff. And then else any other number, we'll just make it we'll probably make it just ed dot drive, and we'll ed dot spin, probably do spin left, make sure there's no ed dot end, and then we do ed maybe dot speed, probably do speed 7, ed dot speed 7, and then what we can do is probably do 360 degrees. Okay, Um, spin left. It's oh, sorry. I have to make sure it's a comma as well. Okay. So what it's gonna do is we'll just okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this and then I'll let you program this. I'll explain this, but I want you to try it on your own, and then I want you to demonstrate this. Okay. So basically, what will happen is we check is x in, so with the x, we set it to 1. If x is equals to 1, it will play a beep. If x is equals to 2, it will drive forward. Otherwise, if x equals to say 7, it will spin left. Okay? So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and I want you to demonstrate this and then explain why the program does whatever it just did. Okay, so I'll give you all a few minutes until one of you are willing and ready to demonstrate it. Priya, what's your question?
Just give us 5 more minutes, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes just to try this out and then to type this all out and just to test it out. Okay. Okay. The simple program, just copy and paste this from the chat, or you can just type it out yourself. Make sure you either do the forward space. You space this 4 times, or you tab it to indent. That's the very important thing. Because if you don't put the space or the tab, when you check the code, it will not work. It will say syntax error. So this is why, very important, you tab or you press space 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's been almost 5 minutes now. So does anyone want to demonstrate what I've done? Yep. Okay, Jasper, let's see what you've done.
Mine only beeps.
You want beeps, right? So if you press,
Um,
yep. What's up?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
If it's like supposed to be x equals 2, then wouldn't you have like a loop number plus 1 or something?
Loop number +1. Okay, so like I said, so if it is x equals 2, you want a loop +1, it's because like it's in a loop that you need to +1 and stuff. But this is not a loop. This checks the condition and stuff only. So there's no need to loop and +1. Does it make sense? Yeah. So previous lesson, I'm not sure if I have it on me exactly, but like to say everyone else knows, but like if we want to make it like spin 10 times such, so like I'm just gonna copy and paste this. So we have this, just maybe just use I or count equals to 0, and then while we can do a while count is less than 10, and you do something, and then you do count equals to count +1. Okay, so you'll pretty much increase this. Actually, this will be good exercise for the next. This will be good exercise for the next exercise here. I'll add this. I'll just type it out here so you can all try it. What we can do is we can make it end early and stuff. So if count is equals to 5, break. So we can exit the loop. So instead of having to what's it called to like spin like 10 times stuff. Sorry, I mean, let me just do spin left instead. Instead of spinning left 10 times, we can do this to exit early and stuff. So we can exit like 4 or 5. Sorry, we need to leave like around how to explain this? It'll get us to leave around it finishes early and stuff, you know. So yeah. If you want to try this, Jasper, or anyone else who's done early, you can try this out. I'll copy and paste in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just focusing on the top part. Everyone else just focusing on the top part. But we're only focusing on the top part. Okay, so as a challenge for everyone who wants a challenge, what should you put X to make your program drive forward? Does anyone know? Want to give it a shot? Yep. Okay, Jasper, I can see you raise your hand.
2.
Awesome, great job, Jasper. And anyone else? So if you want to make it spin left, like okay, I'm just gonna just gonna change this to okay, I'm just gonna make this spin right. So we can distinguish the difference between like spinning left and spinning right. So I'm just gonna change this instead, copy, I'm gonna use this instead. just going to use this instead. Oh, wait, sorry. Use the latest code instead. Yep. Okay. What's your guess, Ali?
My guess is that for it to spin left, you have to make the number anything above 2 or under 1.
Brilliant. Awesome. Great job, Ali. Great answer. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, Ali. Okay. So what I want you to do is for those who finished early or something like that, please change the number to make it only drive forward and stuff. So if you have anything done, I'll please demonstrate. If no one demonstrates in the next 5 minutes, I'll try to demonstrate on my own using my innocent self. Yep, yeah, I can see you raise your hand.
Just good. Just give us 2 minutes, okay?
Take your time, yeah. Take your time. Take your time. I'll give you plenty of time to type this all out. Everyone else, if it's done early, just sorry, I think I pressed the wrong thing. Ignore that. If not, I will demonstrate. Let me just turn off my background. Okay. Actually, let me change this to number 2, and let's see what happens when I change this, when I set this to number 2. Okay, I'll probably keep my camera at this angle for the rest of the class. So save the hassle of, let me just turn on my background here. Okay, so what do you see? We should do is when you press the triangle button. Oh, sorry, I need to, it hasn't done. Oh, I have to change this to 360 degrees, my bad. So just ignore this, use this. Let me just, sorry, I forgot to, I'll just say use this instead. Okay, so let me just try programming this again. What you should do is drive forward, and then it will spin. Okay, so if we program Edison here. Okay, so what we're going to drive forward. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so what it does, it will spin 5 times instead of 10 times here. So if we put x equals to 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because normally Normally, if you don't include this, then it will spin 10 times. Because if you do this from last week, I'm just gonna comment this out. You just press Control// just to comment out a block of code. It will take slightly more time because it's in Python. You probably should know this by now. So if we put x equals to 2, it's going to drive forward. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, if we include this, if x equals 5, it will end the loop early. It will exit the program. So what we can also do is we can check if count is equals to 4. If count is equals to 4, what we're going to do is we're going to make it spin left. We're going to make it spin left. We're going to make it spin left. And then else you can do if and if, or you can do if and else. If you can also do else, we can make it like play a beep as well. Or we can make it drive backwards. Let's just make it drive backwards. Let's do backwards here. Okay. So now if we set up our Edison again, it will actually no, sorry, let me just change it to play beats to make it simpler. So basically any number that is not 4, or that is not any number that is not 4, so 1, 2, 3 will play a beep, and then it will spin as such. So this is to combine what we did last week with the loops and stuff with this. Okay, so let's try. Let's go forward. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna spin around. Okay, so what happened is like it will drive forward because x is equals to 2. It will drive forward, then it will spin right. But every time we spin right, it will beep because count is not equals to 4. So if you count 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times, then it will play a beep. When the count is 4 times, it will spin left, and when the count is at 5, it will break. So let's change this to it will finish the spinning early when it's equals to 7. Okay. If I delete this, it will spin 10 times still. It will spin left when it's 4 times, otherwise it's going to play the beep. Okay, so I'm just going to set this up here again. Okay, so now do strike forward. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, so let me try again. Sorry. So it's, maybe I'll change it to. Okay, before we do this, if I change this to number 8, or maybe even like 100, can anyone tell me what this program would do? At least which of these would do? Can anyone tell me? Raise your hand and tell me. Okay, Jasper.
It would spin left.
Yep, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we try running this now. If we try running this now, it will spin left and spin right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will spin left. Then 5, 6, 7, and then it will stop. Okay, I'll copy and paste this code in the chat. Yep. Okay, I saw your message, Ali. That's correct. Good answer. That was a correct answer. Okay. So, give the opportunity to try this out yourself, and I'll give you the task. Okay. I'll give you a task. Basically, make the Edison task. Make the Edison robot. Yes, I'll get to scratch in a little bit. I'll get to scratch in a little bit. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just give everyone 5 minutes just to try this on your own. You can just copy and paste it, and then after 5 minutes, so 7:03 p.m. I'll switch to Scratch. I'll switch to Scratch and show you something similar to this on Scratch. And since I came late, I'm happy. I'll probably be teaching the class into 7:20 if anyone can stay back behind. But yeah.
This is too hard to do. You did so many writing.
Okay. Payal, do you see the chat? Do you see the chat, Payal? Do you see the chat?
Hmm?
Do you see the chat, Payal?
Yeah.
Can you copy and paste it?
Okay.
Yeah, try copying and paste it. It'll help you catch up. You don't have to type it out. This is for your reference. You can use it to do your own thing later on. Okay, Jess, do you have a question?
Hi, I just wanted to know if you're going to be doing anything on Scratch. This program's too complicated for my son.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be doing something on Scratch in a little bit. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Just 2 more people. Okay. Jasper. You
I'd
wanna
like to demonstrate,
okay, let's see you demonstrate.
but there might not be enough room.
Yes, can you look at, yeah, just try the best you can. Yep. Yeah, then you go the other way. Awesome. Yeah. So we ran 7 times. You ran 7 times, and it's been left at 4 times. Awesome. Really worked. Great job, Jasper. Okay, I'll give everyone else 1 more minute. I'll give everyone else 1 more minute. Just to give it a shot. If you can't, just look at the code in the chat, or you can watch the video later on, just to try it on your own as well. Oh, there's an emoji thing. I didn't know there's an emoji. Okay, you can do emoji. I did not know that. Okay. Yep, okay. Just give probably like around 30 more seconds and we'll switch to Scratch. And we'll just do some simple code. Just to wrap up this lesson. Next week, we'll be doing some just allow you all just to revise what we all done, and also probably have a chance for you to program your things. Also look at all the what's it called, examples that Mr. Peter was showing you all before and stuff. Yeah, Payal?
Well, I think it's nearly the time on.
So I think I did mute you, but I think you're trying to say we're gonna do Scratch now. So I think I accidentally muted you. Payal, did you say anything else to say? Because we're gonna switch to Scratch.
Actually, is it that, well, when are we going to,
Scratch?
when is the class going to end?
Okay, so you can leave at 7:15, but I might drag it a bit longer to 7:20 because I find the class late. Okay, so let's find at Scratch. To 7:20. Okay. So let me just find the let me just fix this. So I have some issues with my screen. Let me just quickly fix some issues. Just give me a sec. Just bear with me for a bit. Just fix cable. Okay, let's see if my screen works. Oh no, it's not working. Just bear with me for a second here. Let me just fix up my screen. My monitor. Okay, wait, just give me. Just give me a second. I'll just try to sort this out. Just give me okay. Can you all hear me now? See me? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Scratch. I'll go to the website here. Just let me try my screen again. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen here. launch at Scratch. I'll send you the link to Scratch again here. Okay, so hello, can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, I can see some people saying that. Okay, so now just quickly, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do like so what we're gonna do is we are going to just try doing the same thing, something similar here. So we did this similar to repeat 5 times. So let's just see if we can find something where it tells you to stop. This is more complicated, so let's see if we can find something that allows us to repeat, use the same thing. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to this is for this, we're going to make a variable which is going to call count here. We're going to create a variable called count. So go here, make variable, and you create a count. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set count. We're going to set count to, probably this is count to 1. Okay. So it's going to be slightly different, just only a tad different. So I think, let me see if you can see my screen again. I think you should all be able to see my screen. Okay, so I'm just going to show how to do the variable thing again. So what we're going to do is we're going to make variable. We're going to call the variable count. Okay, so yeah, the variable count. So you make a variable and you call it count. You should see this thing here. At first, I'm just going to zoom out a bit. You can zoom out here. What you can do is you can set, I'm just going to zoom in here. We're going to set count to 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this spin 10 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the Edison robot. We're going to make it spin left 10 times. Spin left, so we spin left full speed ahead 10 times, but we want to repeat until we're going to repeat until what's it called, repeat until just say repeat until count is equals to 10. We're going to repeat this until count is equals to 10. Okay, and then maybe what we're going to do is we're going to do a if condition. A condition here. So it's under control. We can do if something, else something. Okay. We can do if say, just say if count is equals to 3, or maybe count equals to 4. We're going to make it speed, similar to last time here. And then otherwise, so if it's equals to, I'm just going to change this to probably, yeah, just probably to 7. You should make it, you should do the same thing as the other code or the other program. If count is equals to 4, we'll make it spin right. Actually, I'm going to move the spin. I'll move the spin left. Let me double check. I'll move the spin left here, and I'll make it spin right. Okay. It's going to spin. I'll just make it do exactly the same thing. Just let me just quickly put this to full here, and it will make it spin here. And actually, I'll try my best to make it do exactly the same thing here. Okay, I'll try to make it do exactly the same thing, except for the amount of count to 10. It will pretty much do exactly the same thing. Okay, so spin right, 360 degrees, 360 degrees. This will be a bit fast, but this is Scratch, so it should be a bit easier to do it fast. I'll show you the equivalent on Scratch. this code that we did before here. Okay. I'll create a new a variable here. So I'll create a new variable. I'll just call this x and stuff. We will set x. We'll set x to 100. Okay. And then what we'll do is if I'm just going to move this here. If x, so I'm just put this above here as well. This if it's a bit confusing, I'll stay around for a bit just to explain. I just, I think you can all see this. I think you can all see all of this. So you put start. So so what we're gonna do is if x is equals to, if x equals to 1, we're gonna play beep. We're gonna play the beep here. I'm just gonna zoom this out so you can see. I'm just making it zoom this out a bit more so you can see. If you can't see, I apologize. And then otherwise, if x is equals to 2, x is wait, so let me just do this here. If x is equals to 2, if x is equals to 2, what it will do is it will drive forward for 20 centimeters at full speed ahead here, and then we'll make it spin left. Otherwise, it will make it spin left. So we should do the exact same thing as the other code. I'm just making it spin left here, 360 degrees. And what speed was this? It was speed 7 as well. Okay, so let's just see what this program actually does. It should be much faster to program. Okay, so we're going to program this. It should do the exact same thing. Okay, so now let's just try programming this again. Let me just put this down so you can see. Okay, so let me just be careful with this. So what it should do is, because x is not 1 or 2, it will spin left and it will spin right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Oh, yeah, so I forgot one more thing. Very important. What I need to do is also, I need to add count plus 1. So I forgot to add this. You need to add count equals to count plus set count. You can just set count to count plus 1, otherwise it's going to run forever. Okay, let me just zoom out a bit more so you can see. Hopefully you can see this. If not, I'm just trying to. I think you should be able to see everything. You know this is the start, so I'm going to try programming this one more time. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me just program this. You can program this and get this to run. Then you can head off early. You can head off now if you can program this. Or if you have to go, or you successfully program this, you can head off. Otherwise, I'm going to stick around for an extra 5 minutes. Okay, so let's just see what happens here. Okay, just Bear with me for a second here. Okay. Okay, something wrong with my. Okay, just give me a second. Let me fix my screen. This is the cable. Sorry about the cable. Let's just fix the cable. I'm just gonna share my screen. So I allow you all to share my screen again. Okay, you should see it. Okay, so it should do the exact same thing. So here, 3, 4 is then 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it pretty much does the exact same thing. This is what the code does on Python and Scratch. Okay, I'm not sure why I lost the connection again. Okay, so this is what it would do. Yeah, I'll give you opportunities to try to get this done. Yeah, if you have to go now, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for your patience and for waiting. But yeah, if you have to go now, you can free to go. Otherwise, stick around, get this working, and maybe demonstrate if you want to demonstrate. Okay, Payao, did you have a question, or did you just tell me just to slow down? Payao, are you there?
And actually, this was long.
Yeah, this is long. Yes, this is long. Yes. So this is long because it does the exact same as the previous code, but it should be easier when you do it on Scratch. So I hope that helps out here. All right. I'll stay around to 7:20 if you have any questions, or if you have any questions, or if you sorry, if you have any questions, or sorry, if you have any questions, or if you want to demonstrate, just raise your hand. It should do the exact same thing though. There should be enough time for you to try it out. If you don't have time, or couldn't get it done in time, you can watch the recordings afterwards. Okay, you have 1 more minute if you want to demonstrate or have any questions. I'm here. Yep, Sieda. Let's see what you've done.
Okay. I also decorated mine.
Lovely. Oh, I love the decoration. Looks pretty good.
Thank you.
Let's see what you-
Right.
Look at this. Try again.
Maybe I should do it closer.
Put it in the middle. Put it in the middle. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should move to the other side. Yep. Yep. 7. And you should stop now. Awesome. Great job, Sieda. Brilliant. Awesome. Good job, Sieda. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Any last questions or anything like that? Yep. Okay. I assume everyone's good. Okay, Jasper, let's see. Last person to demonstrate for this class. Or any questions? They should be doing the exact same thing. Oh yeah, be careful, it doesn't fall off. Yep, awesome. It pretty much does the exact same thing. Yeah, it's a bit hard because there's not enough space, but that should be fine. Awesome. Okay, I'll wrap up this class. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much, all. Very much, everyone. Thank you so much for the term. I want to be able to make it next week because I want to be able to make it next week because I said something something very important on. However, Mr. Peter will take over for next week. I will be going over the stuff we did in the term. But otherwise, thank you very much, everyone. Come out next week just to revise what you've done, show up what you've done to everybody else. Otherwise, thank you so much. Wish you all the best. If I can come next week, I'll come next week. If not, then I wish you all the best. And Mr. Peter will take the class. I hope you enjoy the class. We've covered and learned a lot this term, so we'll spend next week going over the concepts that we learned throughout the term. Make sure you fully understand it. And then, other than that, hope you enjoy the class. Next week we'll be showing some cool stuff that Mr. Peter will be able to go through. Otherwise, yeah, thank you very much, all. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Maybe if not, enjoy your term, enjoy your Easter, and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Goodbye, all.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.